The Eagles played at home in Week 9 of high school football action, ending the regular season hosting the Ford Falcons. And the Eagles' offense got to business early. Blake Rasticue to Aiden Ives. Then Rasticue to Mario Gatal for a first down. Then tight end Colin Sealing over the middle. But Gatal would get to open the scoring for the Eagles with this run from the 2, and Eisenhower led 7-0. The Eagles followed that drive with this. Rasticue floats it 31 yards to Ethan Barker, who adds this to his highlight reel. Still in the first, again Ike with the ball, again Rasticue to Barker. Down the field to the Ford 5-yard line. Steve Nadolski would get the call 5 yards for the TD, and Eisenhower was leading 21-0 late in the first quarter.
And touchdown Eisenhower!
The second quarter went much like the first. Here, Nick Passarelli ends Ford's drive with this interception. And again, the Eagles look to the skies. Rasticue to Nadolski, 30 yards. And the Eagles' lead moves to 28-0. But it didn't stop there. Again, Eisenhower with the ball. The handoff to Nadolski, and he does the rest. 50 yards, and the Eagles go up 35-0. Later in the second quarter, Ike's Michael Gardini would set up the Eagles with great field position after picking up this loose ball. Nick Zakovic would eventually force his way in for another Eagle touchdown, making it 42-0 Eisenhower, which is how the half ended. In the second half, the Eagles bench got some time on the field as the Falcons would eventually get on the board, putting up 20 second-half points to Eisenhower's none. But the Eagles' monster first half could not be overcome, as the Eisenhower Eagles fly into the playoffs by defeating Ford 42-20. We'll have some words with Coach when the Eisenhower Eagle Football Review returns.
150 over 90.
180 over 111.
160 over 110. I had a stroke.
This is what high blood pressure looks like. You might not feel its symptoms, but the results from a stroke are far from invisible or silent. If you've come off your treatment plan, get back on it, or talk with your doctor to create an exercise, diet, and medication plan that works for you. Go to loweryourhbp.org.
If I would have followed a treatment plan, I would not be in this situation.
Hi, I'm your host, Smokey Kool Bear, filling in for Smokey because after 75 years of...
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Turns out there's much more to say. Nearly 90% of wildfires are caused by us humans being careless, dumping our used barbecue coals willy-nilly. Guess the song was wrong. We did start the fire. That's why I respect Mother Nature and her trees, whether coniferous or new car scented. Go to SmokeyBear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
We would like to thank Splendido Mexican Cuisine for their 20-year sponsorship of both Utica and Eisenhower football coverage. It's that great taste that helps keep a great Shelby Township tradition going.
So, I got my start in officiating when a friend told me I should try it. At first I just did basketball, and I got hooked. Before long, I added baseball, softball, football, and volleyball. I really enjoy giving back to the game, working with kids, and working with my local association to recruit and train new officials. I would like to say to anybody that officiating is a great way to help kids and stay connected to the game. We always need new officials. There's help wanted, just listen.
You guys came out offensively like you were shot out of a cannon.
Yeah, offensively, defensively, I mean, we were clicking in that first half. I mean, I thought it was the best first half that we've played in a long time around here. So I was really proud of how we came out. We were physical, made some great plays offensively. Barker made some outstanding catches. Rasky with the throws. I mean, our run game was really starting to hit in the second quarter. So, yeah, I mean, our kids really came out on fire.
Yeah, and then it's you put the number 2s in, and like Eisenhower always does, we always substitute first. And it kind of got away a little bit. They kept their 1s in, and, you know, it was good for the kids to get some playing time. And some kids showed you that they could hit some people, Barrett being one of them, Williams on the line, and even Azzoparty there for a couple of good hits. So, well, you kind of took them out. So, how did that? What was the thought process there?
Well, it was so early in the third quarter, and Ford has the capability of scoring quickly. So, you know, they went down in like 5 or 6 plays in that second half against those guys. So, and then they went for 2, and we had a running clock, but they went for 2 and got it. So then it stops the running clock. And so, you know, we got to make sure that, you know, we protect the lead at that point since they could score so quick. So, yeah, we put our 1s back in for one more series and, you know, right to the end of the third quarter. And then, you know, we got the rest of the team back in, which is great. You know, we've been able to do that a bunch of times this year. And they played against a lot of their 1s. You know, Ford kept their 1s in for most of the game. So it's good to get those kids to play against those other good players.
Talk about the season, a successful season that didn't start out looking so promising, and you've turned this around to a 7-2 season. Talk a little bit about that.
The progression, like I said last week or the week before, really the progression of this team started with our offensive line getting better every week. And once our offensive line really started getting better, communicating, blocking the way they should be blocking, our offense turned around. Our offense really started scoring a lot of points, gave time for Rasky to throw the ball. You know, we had good receivers before, but he wasn't having time early in the year. So I think that was the biggest turning point. Defensively, we're so young on defense that it took even though we played good early in the season, we're still mostly sophomores and juniors on defense. So for those guys to get some games under their belt, and now they're just, you know, they're primed. They're playing like they're all seniors right now.
Talk a little bit about the playoffs. Who do you think you might play?
Yeah, you know what? I don't really care. It doesn't matter to us. I have no idea. Some of my coaches think they have this thing figured out, but really, to me, it doesn't matter. You know, we're gonna wait for Sunday, get our game, and get the film on them, and start breaking them down. And whoever it is, we're gonna line up and compete with them.
Well, congratulations on a great season once again here at Eisenhower, and we look forward to the playoffs and a few wins and maybe even Ford Field.
All right, thank you.
Blake, that first half, we thought you were Tom Brady out there.
I mean, my receivers were getting open. I felt like my offensive line gave me a lot of time, and I think it just hit me tonight. I mean, I warmed up a lot. I felt good before the game, and I think it just hit me.
Tell about those first 2 passes, 2 long passes to Barker, the first one and the second one.
I mean, the first one, I was a little behind him, but Barker, I mean, he's a sophomore, but he's a freak. He makes some amazing catches. He's had a few like that this year. The second one, I just saw him go past the safeties, so I tried to get more air under it. And he said he didn't go out of bounds, so he thinks he was in, but he made some sweet moves to try to get in the end zone, and we ended up scoring the next play. So he's a great athlete.
You guys jumped out 42-0, but it seemed to struggle a bit in the second half. Was it just kind of not interested or what?
I don't know if it was that. I think we were ready because they told us we weren't going back in, but So we weren't in for a drive, so I think we were cold and we didn't know we were going to go back in after they scored. So I think that's what we struggled with. I don't think we were totally there, like, mentally. But I mean, the next couple drives, I think we got going. But I think other than that, I think we just lost a little bit. It was a little more mental the second half.
Other thing we saw tonight, too, that we noticed, you hit the tight end over the middle. That hasn't happened in a while. What was called there on that play?
It's just like a little it's called wide pop. It's just little, he goes down like he's going to block, and then he releases, and I just, little play action. I felt so bad. I should have hit him wide open in the end zone. I just totally missed him. I apologized to him like 5 times after. I felt really bad.
His big moment, you took it from him, yeah. Talk about this team and how ready are you for the playoffs?
I think we're one of the hottest teams, honestly, going into the playoffs. We've won 6 straight. Our defense is unbelievable. Our offense, I think, is just getting better, and the coaching staff just giving us a great game plan each week, and I think that's going to do good going into the playoffs.
Okay, Blake, I know you want to say hello to some folks. Go ahead and do that now.
I'm going to say hi to Grayson, my mom, my dad, my brother, my sister, and my grandparents.
The game, Nick Passarelli, and Nick came up with a big interception. Tell us what that was, what you were reading there.
I was just reading the quarterback's eyes, and I start by reading the tackle, and I mean, if it's a pass block and he rolls out like that, then I play deep thirds, and then I just read the quarterback's eyes, and then I just got the I don't know.
What were you thinking there? You saw the ball and you thought, man, I got a chance to get this. What was going through your mind when you seen that ball coming?
Oh, I just knew. I mean, I was just telling myself I'm gonna come down with it. So I mean, just kind of just that dog mentality. So I mean.
How you know, we've been watching the last few games that your cornerback play has improved quite a bit. What do you attribute that to?
Just hard work. I mean, on and off the field, in the classroom, just everything like that. I just want to be better than everybody else, kind of just mentality. So I mean, it's a team game. So I mean,
they came back a little bit on you guys. I know you had like some substitutions in your number 2s and 3s were in there, but they never took their 1s off the field. But then you guys came back in the game. Did they say anything about that out there on the field?
I mean, the 2s weren't really ready just to come in like that. I mean, they get reps at practice, but they just weren't ready. I mean, our 1s we're always ready to be in. So,
what's it feel like to be in playoffs?
Oh, it feels great. I'm ready. Team game. I mean, just the boys are ready. So,
I know you want to say hello to some folks out there, so I'll let you do that now.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Hello. Hey, I just want to shout out to my family and the coaches, everybody that's brought me here. Thank you. And
Joseph, you guys played a team tonight that was physical up front, even though the score doesn't indicate it.
They were physical up front. They hit us in the mouth, but we just hit them harder. And because of that, we were able to go up there, gain some yards, score some points, and just help the team win.
In that first half, you guys just shot out in front so fast. It was like a cannon shooting off there. What do you attribute your success to there in that first half?
I just tribute to this entire season. This coaching was amazing. Just all this technique that they showed us, and it just helped us. It was like a big advantage for us to go out there and just show it to this team over here. That's it.
You guys get up 42-0, and did you feel like, hey, we can kick back and relax?
Yeah, I thought that at first. I'm not gonna lie, but then after we saw the 2s go out there, they're a hard-working team. Every day in practice, they work every single day, and it shows. But it just takes some time to get used to getting out there. But we just had to go out there and just finish up the game for them so they can play for us. That's it.
How's the team as far as attitude-wise and shape-wise to go into the playoffs?
Oh, I think we're ready. We're going to eat. We're going to do everything we can to make sure we get that state championship.
Okay, Joe, so I know you want to say hello to some folks out there, so I'll let you do that now.
I should say hello to my family, all the coaches, all my boys, and everybody that helped support me through my season. Go Ike.
Up next for the Eagles, pre-district playoff action as Eisenhower hosts Rochester Adams at Barney Swinehart Field. We'd like to thank you for watching the Eisenhower Eagle Football Review, and we'll see you at Swinehart.